Hello everyone, this is going to be the Hadopelagic Unity setup tutorial. And today I'm going to try to help you get started as quickly as possible. So let's begin. First you're going to want to open up Firefox and you're just going to go to unity.com. It'll bring you to this page and you're just going to hit download. This will download the Unity hub for you. So this is where you manage your editor installations and projects. So you're just going to hit this download page. It'll do the Unity Hub setup. Once it's finished downloading, run it and go through everything that it needs and just put it in the location where you want it. Once you have Unity Hub downloaded, it should be an icon like this. And you'll open it up and it'll bring you to this page. So here's where you manage your projects. Here's where you look at different editor installations. And here's where you can do a couple of tutorials. They're pretty helpful. So I'd recommend if you have any time, you can check them out. But for the purpose of today, we're doing stuff in the Installs tab. So you're going to want to hit Install Editor, this blue button right up here. So we are using Unity version 6000.0.31F1. You can see here that in the official releases tab, it has 34F1, but we're not using that. You're going to have to go to Archive and then click Download Archive to get to the page where you can find 6000.0.31F1. You're going to hit Install. So I already have it installed. It's going to give me that error. But when you hit install, it should give you something similar to this, where you have this modules page. You don't have to check Visual Studio Community if it's going to be too much space on your disk. But other than that, you need to have the Android build support and everything underneath it checked. This is going to let us build to the Quest headset because the Quest is also an Android device. Fun fact. So you're going to hit continue and go through all of these steps until you finally get it installing. It'll take a while. It's around 10 gigs. So in the meantime, we're going to do some setup. The other component to what you need is, if you go back into your editor or your web page, you need to look up Meta ADB drivers. So it's right here, the Oculus ADB drivers. And you're going to hit the download button right up here. What these will basically do is they will let your computer communicate with the headset. So you'll open it up, you want to extract it, and then you're going to go into the folders all the way to this Android_WinUSB.inf. And you're going to right click and hit install and follow all of the prompts afterwards. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to get the Google ADB drivers because it's a little kind of messy. You're going to go to Google Platform Tools. Google Platform Tools. And you're going to click on this SDK Platform Tools. You're going to go down, pick whatever your platform is. I'm on Windows, and you're going to hit download. And so it'll pull up this page. What you want to do is you want to extract this, make it a location where it's going to be easy to access because you'll probably be coming back to it a lot. And you're just going to run adb.exe and it should sort everything out. Next, once your installation is finished, it should pop up in the installs like this, Unity 6 6000.0.31F1. If you have this, you're good to go, and it's on to the next step, which is configuring the editor. So just for project setup, you're going to want to hit New Project and click on the Universal 3D template. You can name it whatever you want, and then you're just going to hit Create Project. So this is going to take a while. So in the meantime, we're also going to do some more setup. You're going to want to go to the Unity Asset Store, where we will be getting the Meta All-in-One SDK. So I already have it installed. This is free, by the way. You don't have to pay for it. You're just going to click subscribe and then follow all the steps to kind of get it. And once it says you're good to go, you're going to want to look up the Unity Movement SDK. So don't go to the Meta Store link. Instead, you're going to go to the GitHub, which should read Oculus Samples Unity Movement. And you're going to basically get the repository URL, and then you're good to go. Now we're just waiting for this project to open up, which might take a little while. So once you load into Unity, it should look a little like this. The general rule is in the scene window, you can scroll to zoom in and out, right click to look around, middle click to move around. But what we're focused on today is more setup stuff. So let's get that Meta XR SDK that you installed earlier into the Unity environment. You're going to want to click on Window, Package Manager, and it'll pop out into a tab like this. And I can just drag it into the top here. And you're going to want to go into My Assets. It's this tab on the side right here. And click Meta XR Interaction SDK. Not Essentials, the full one. And just hit install. This will also take a couple of minutes, but there's nothing to do in the meantime right now. Okay, once it's done, you should get this prompt to restart Unity. Just click Not Now, but make sure you restart it later. So then you're going to get this prompt, Interaction SDK OpenXR Upgrade. We're going to be using the OpenXR hand for this project. So click Use OpenXR hand. Cool. Now you have the XR Interaction SDK installed. But we still need the Movement SDK. And to do that, we're going to click on this plus sign right here in the corner. Install package from Git URL. And you're just going to paste the link that you got earlier. And this will also run its own thing. And you're going to have to wait again. Okay. And it should say it's done right here. Now, what you're going to do is kind of install your debugging stuff. So what you're going to do is go into Edit and then go down to Project Settings. Also bring that up like we did with Package Manager. And you're going to get to the Project Setup tool. So first things first, you're going down to XR Plugin Management and clicking Install. And you're waiting again. There's a lot of waiting in this. And when you get to this screen, you're going to click Oculus. And once that's done, you have to go to the Android tab over here. You can see it's different. And you're also going to click Oculus. With that set up, you're going to go back up to the Meta XR tab. And it's going to be a similar setup where you have PC and Android. For both of these, it'll give an overview of some issues that it has that it can automatically fix. So you can just click Fix All and Apply All, Fix All, Apply All, and it'll let you know when it's happy. So you're basically all the way there. But now I want you to get into some scenes where you can kind of see all of this stuff in action. So to do that, you're going to go back into Asset Manager, and you're going to go to the Meta Movement tab, click Samples. So you can import the body tracking samples as well as the advanced samples. They'll take a little bit. And down here in the Project Files tab, you'll be able to see samples, meta movement, the version, and then you'll get to advanced samples or body tracking samples. Let's go to body tracking. And I encourage you to explore around in these, but this is just for the sake of a demonstration. So let's click on Movement High Fidelity. And you should be loaded into a new scene. The icons right now are a little big, so you can click this drop down next to this ball in the corner and just kind of decrease the size of them. And you can see right here is our model with the arm skeleton and everything in place. So if you want more samples, sample scenes, you can go back to the asset store and just search up for Meta XR. And specifically, you're going to want to look for the interaction SDK. And there will be a similar option to subscribe and get it. And once you have that, if you go back into Unity, back into Package Manager, you'll be able to see Meta XR Interaction SDK in the packages. And here are some of the sample scenes that they have. So these all demonstrate different features that the XR SDK can do. So for example, I believe there's stuff for if it gives you a pop-up for TMP importer, make sure you import everything. Well, for example, this one is a setup where you can kind of poke at different screens and it'll do the response, just like if you were touching a touchscreen in the real world. They have one where you can apply a pressure to get like a haptic response from controllers. There's one where you can grab directly with your hands. You can grab different objects. There's a couple for the body itself, where you can kind of see yourself in the mirror. All sorts of stuff. And if you look into the scripts and what they have set up here in the hierarchy, you can kind of get an understanding of how it works. But in Friday's meeting, we'll be going over this in a lot more detail. So if you are a little confused, don't worry about it right now. At this point, you have everything set up and you should be ready to go. I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, you can leave them as comments in the video below or just ask in the Discord. Toodles!